The full trailer for season 8 of The Rookie just dropped last week, and today I wanted to look through the trailer, analyze it, and give my thoughts about what I think about the trailer, what I think is going to happen, and much, much more. Without further ado, let's jump right into the trailer. Alright, pause. 1 second in, I already hate it. Okay, on a serious note, the fact that they made Monica front and center in the beginning of this trailer really makes me scared about what the direction of this season is gonna look like. How long is Monica going to be in this season? And how much of a role is she going to play? I know that at least in the first episode, she's obligated to help the LAPD and the FBI take down a high-level criminal in Prague, but I really hope that after that, we never see her again. We have been dealing with her for 3 seasons now, and this is going to be the 4th. We don't need more Monica. So hopefully her part in this season is completed within the first couple of episodes. All right, let's continue.
Together, please. Reservation under Stevens.
You know, I still don't understand why I can't have my own room.
Yes, you do.
Hashtag we don't trust.
Hashtag we don't trust you is a crazy drop. I don't know what demographic this joke was for, but it was worth a shot, I guess.
Whether you believe it or not, I am here to help law enforcement get a legendary weapons trafficker off the streets.
A vast majority of the beginning of this intro is revolving around the international mission that Nolan, Monica, Bailey, and the FBI go on. And I've said this before in other videos and live streams. This kind of gets me worried as well. I don't care all that much about the show jumping the shark and having some crazy plot lines. Like for example, one of my favorite episodes is season 7, episode 1 with the nuke, but where I draw the line personally is when it becomes genuinely unrealistic. Like in the sense that it breaks jurisdiction, it makes no sense at all. Like when Nolan and Harper went to Argentina at the end of season 6 to save Blair London. In that episode, 2 beat cops from a city in America traveling internationally to take someone down makes no sense, because in no jurisdiction on the planet would that be allowed. And here we are, doing it again. And again, like Monica, I am hoping that this is resolved within a few episodes of the season, because if not, and this is a half of a season thing, I'm going to definitely be disinterested during those parts. Let's just skip ahead in the trailer a little bit.
Today is why we wear the uniform.
Now we're finally back in Los Angeles. Good to see Harper and Lopez pairing again, and I'm really excited to see what happens with them. And I'm also happy to see Miles continue his training, even if he kind of looks like it's his first day in this running clip.
Suspect entering car wash.
To ensure the
Also, looks like Nolan's gonna be his new TO, which makes sense now that Selena is promoted and Tim is going back to acting sergeant. But this begs the question, if Nolan is the only training officer, does this mean that Miles is gonna be the only rookie for this season? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments what you guys think.
the safety of all Angelinos. Try not to mess it up.
I'll do my best.
But don't do your best. Do my best.
Look at that look on Lucy's face. She is definitely thinking about Tim in this scene, dreaming about him. Oh, you know who else is dreaming about Tim? Smitty. I'm not usually someone who analyzes fake fighting in shows, because to me, it doesn't really matter. But this has got to be the funniest punch I've seen Nathan Fillion do in any show he was in. And I'm almost done watching through Castle at this point. Negative 10 out of 10 for being so bad that it's good.
I'm announcing my candidacy for the District Attorney of Los Angeles.
Yes, yes, yes. Finally, something good is happening in the Lopez space, especially with Wesley. When's the last time that something really good has happened to him? Maybe when he moved to being an ADA in the first place like 3 seasons ago? Also, this Lopez hug is everything.
I want to ask you to move in with me.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You broke my heart. The scar is so deep it might never fade.
Okay, remember what I said like a minute ago about Lucy? Well, throw all of that out the window because it is very clear that Tim and Lucy are terrible at communication, even just as friends, because how would Tim not know that Lucy wouldn't even entertain this conversation? Also, she's right. Tim did break her heart, and even though he is taking the steps to fix it, and she has acknowledged this on multiple occasions, it doesn't mean that she's obligated to date him again. However, to play advocate for Tim now, I don't think Lucy's totally innocent here either. I mean, think about how often she toys around with the idea of getting back together or doing coupley things, especially in season 7, episode 12, April Fools, where the entire point is Lucy using April Fools as an excuse to be intimate with Tim all day. I'm not saying that Tim should have 100% expected a yes in this conversation that they're having here, but Lucy's actions didn't give him a 0% chance either.
Is there something going on with you and Dr. Ashton?
Wait, no, there is no way. There is no way that Luna would ever cheat on Wade, right? Why did she take so long to respond? She very well could have cheated. And to that, I say, why? Why can't there just be one relationship in the show that is completely drama-free? I get that the rookie is a dramedy, right? So it needs drama. But every good drama has a small part of it that is drama-free. A palate cleanser, so to speak. Or a good control group to compare all of the drama to. But now we're getting drama from the most wholesome, cute, and loving couple in the entire show. All I'm gonna say is that I am not a fan of that.
Bailey has been offered a job in DC. I was just wondering what a transfer would be like.
You would have to start at the very bottom again.
I actually really like that they're circling back to this concept again. I remember earlier in the show when Tim was thinking about transferring, and then Gray tells him that he would have to start over from square one again as well. Why I like this in both of these instances is that in other cop procedural shows, they tend to show officers transferring from one division to the other without a single hiccup in between, when usually that doesn't happen unless it's within the same department. Like Aaron Thorson when he moved from Mid-Wilshire to North Hollywood since he was still in the LAPD.
Oscar Hutchinson.
Oscar's back, and he's caught again. What I love about Oscar compared to other villains such as Monica is that despite him being around for so long and torturing the LAPD every time, it's never long-lived because he always gets caught for his crap in the end. Oscar is scarily smart in many ways, but getting away with his crimes is not one of them. And that's what makes him hilarious. I'm glad he's back and continuing the streak of being the only villain in every single season of the show.
There's nothing like a day in the job.
Wait, what did Selena do that made Gray have this reaction? I know it shouldn't be funny and it's probably unrelated, but this sequence is so funny put together without any context. All right, ew. Never go in a green pool, by the way, guys. It's not fun. And we're back in Prague now. There better be a good reason for this. Yes, please, please, shoot her. You are right there. Just do it. You would save the entire season if you did it. No? We're just gonna have to wait and see it? Damn.
Where's Monica?
No, no, no. Don't let her get away again. I can't take much more of that. If the show lets her get away with everything again, it's going to be hell frozen over. All right, now that I've made it through the trailer, I wanted to wrap up some of my thoughts into one section instead of having it so jumbled after watching the trailer. I am excited about this season, but I am very, very cautious about it. There was a lot shown about the international side of things, which, as I said previously, I am not a fan of, as well as Monica was shown a lot, and the lack of Monica at the end, in the one time she was needed, is leaving a sour taste in my mouth going out of this trailer. But enough of the doom and gloom. What has me excited about this trailer and season as a whole? Well, everything else. I'm excited to see the Chenford will they won't they saga finally having a conclusion, as they're finally hashing out the ambiguity and taking the steps they need to. And also, gotta love Alexei just coming out and flat out confirming that Chenford is getting back together this season, leaving no room for guesswork with that one, so yeah, oh well. I'm especially excited because the Wesley District Attorney clip gives me hope that the show is finally gonna send Lopez some screen time again. They have been fiercely neglected ever since Elijah Stone was taken out back in season 5, and I am honestly so glad that they're gonna focus on them again. Speaking of Elijah, apparently he's theorized to come back in season 8 as well, which I know I've said while season 7 was airing that I wouldn't like him to come back, and I've said in a couple of videos before that he's overstayed his welcome, but I would low-key be happy if he came back. There is unfinished business between him and Oscar, which could be a fun team up for a few episodes, and I would much prefer him over Monica any day. But do you know who's confirmed to reappear and it's not just a theory? Aaron Thorson. Thank you, Alexi. My prayers have finally been answered, and they are bringing him back. Unfortunately, he is not a full-time cast member for this season, and while they confirmed at least one appearance, they didn't say how many. I'm gonna be really sad if it's just one episode, but one is better than 0, and I will take any Aaron I can get. Anyways, I think that's it. That is my analysis on the Season 8 trailer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to hype up this video if you're on mobile to show me some love, and subscribe to see more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.